Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Antidote. I'm here with a video about the trucking industry of how I let this insurance company basically put me out of business, and it's temporarily. So, back in November of 2023, I started to get into the trucking industry. I started to go through the process to get my authority. Fast forward and took it to about February 7th to get my insurance and find the right insurance. Well, which wasn't the right insurance, but I found some insurance. I paid about 5,200 on my deposit down payment, and then I went from getting the insurance 7 days later, February 14th, 15th, I basically got my authority active. So I went through Tailored Insured Group, which was my broker, my insurance broker. They found me CoverWell, which CoverWell found somebody called Everspan and Canopus and some other company. And it was just like all these three different companies gave me different criterias in my insurance, from cargo insurance to my general liability to this insurance or that. But the purpose of it really was is that CoverWell was the overseeing insurance company that was supposed to be in communication and handling everything. So I got my insurance active February 7th because I paid the deposit and the down payment, but I didn't have a truck at the time, and I was planning on renting a truck from Penske or Enterprise at that moment. So I didn't have the truck, so I needed to get a VIN number. So I basically asked Enterprise, can they provide me with a VIN number to use temporarily so I can get the insurance active, so I'll be able to go back and change it when I get the truck because I don't have it yet. And then they basically provided me with a VIN number. So happily, it was a VIN number to a truck that requires a CDL driver, which I didn't know because I'm not aware and I don't know about the trucking industry. I didn't know a Freightliner had anything to do with a diesel. I thought that they were just giving me a box truck VIN number for a box truck that I was going to get, which I told them what I wanted. So when we figured that situation out, it was already a little bit late with the insurance company because they obviously was stating that I needed to have a driver that required a CDL or had a CDL for that truck, which my driver wasn't. He didn't have a CDL because box trucks don't require that. So they issued out a cancellation, pending cancellation letter. Supposedly, I never received it. I didn't get it, but they supposedly mailed it out March 12th of 2024, and it said that the cancellation will be in effect on April 16th. So, mind you, I'm still not knowing what's going on. I thought something was going on with my dash cam installation because they were mailing me and emailing me telling me they're going to cancel my insurance if I didn't hurry up and install my EOD and dash cam. So I was trying to hurry up and like frantically rush to find a truck so I could hurry up and do that before they cancel my insurance. This, mind you, I didn't get a truck till March 28th. They were sending that information to me around February 12th, hurrying me up, like hurry up, find one. So when I finally installed the EOD and the dash cam, everything was installed, everything was good. I still didn't have no recognition of this letter or this cancellation that was pending on March 12th. And mind you, when the company puts you up for pending cancellation, an insurance company's duty is to notify the FMCSA to basically let them know that that's going to let the truck carrier know, yo, your insurance is up for pending cancellation. They never did that. So I never got that notice and I didn't know what was going on. So when it comes to that, I'm just finally start getting loads around like April 8th. So I do my first load. My insurance is good. I got the COI. I got all the paperwork. I'm thinking everything is clean and peachy. April 8th, mind you, it says my insurance will be canceled April 16th. So I'm doing loads through April 8th all the way up until March or May. Now, mind you, I didn't had a tire blowout with my driver. I didn't have my driver had a breakdown on the truck already. I didn't had all kind of different financial hurdles I had to go through, and then I basically had to pay my driver, pay my dispatcher, pay all of these fees out, pay the insurance company, which I was paying every month, and then I was still trying to stay afloat. I ended up losing my job at the moment because I was communicating with the people so much while I was at work. I ended up getting fired. So I lost my job and my car got towed. I had a Mercedes, my Mercedes got towed. I just had so many things happening to pull me down, to make me feel like this is just too much and I just can't go through with it. So I just tried to stick it out. I contacted Tailored Insured Group, which is my broker, told them to please reach out to CoverWell, figure this out, get my stuff, handled or something. So when I didn't know what was going on, they said that they was going to reach out to them. They never corresponded with me, but my insurance was still active. So I'm just doing loads. I got to make money because I rented out a truck on the 28th of March. So every week I'm getting charged by Penske and I don't have no other choice but to continue to pay my driver for driving this truck across the country. So we're getting loads all the way up to like around May 8th. May 8th, I received a notification from the RMIS basically stating that my insurance is pending cancellation. And once that happened, mind you, soon as that happened, it was closed curtains for me finding loads. Every time I tried to find a load, the broker would look up and see a notice pop up on my insurance and said it was pending cancellation, so they would deny us from getting a load. So a good from May 8th all the way to around May 13th, I was like in delusion. I didn't know what was going on. I was just like delusional. I was tripping. I was stressing out. And then I ended up reaching out to Coverwell May 13th. 3 hour phone calls, 2 hour phone calls, 1 hour phone calls from May 13th to May 17th. Just trying to communicate to get something figured out because I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. And this is pending cancellation from something back in March and April that I didn't have no notification on. So I'm confused. So as I'm reaching out to Coverwell, they finally get in contact with me. They say, oh, it was because of the dash cams. And then when I told them, okay, I already had a dash cam installed on my truck the whole time. They look in their database like, oh, we do see that you have a dash cam installed. So they went and said, yeah, now we're going to reinstate it. No problem. I'm going to submit this information. And da 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 da. So from May 17th all the way to like May 23rd, I still didn't get no loads. I didn't get my first load until like around May 23rd is when I start getting back on moving around. So that whole gap of me not having no money, that whole gap of me having to pay money that week for the truck, for whatever I was paying, the insurance I paid, all of this money was being spent between May 8th and May 23rd. And I was just stuck in a loop of not knowing what was going on because of the error that they made back in March that they didn't contact with me about. And then they never knew or did their duty to try to help me to provide services to fix the situation or rectify it. So I ended up losing my trucking business, had to close the doors, tell my driver to come back from Tennessee across the country back to California and still pay the insurance and still pay the truck and pay for gas. I spent about another $2,000 worth of gas for him to get back. All of that came out of my pocket for them to just say, hey, and they still ain't even returned the premium for me to get back the money I spent. So I had to dispute all of the charges, which they got denied because these people provided with proof saying I did give them permission, which I did because I thought I was getting the service of insurance, but I didn't. So this insurance fraud is very, very, very sneaky. Be very, very careful with working with First Insurance Finance, working with Coverwell, we're working with Tailored Insured Group, Everspan, Indemnity, whatever their name is. All of these companies, Canopus or Canopus, I don't know, but I look them up. If they're in the trucking industry and they're insurance companies, be wary because I'm in a position where I have to fight. I got to sue. I got to go through this long, drawn out process to hope to get a settlement because of the situation that happened for me starting a business and just getting took out for no reason. Mind you, I had a food truck business in 2020. And the day that my business opened, which was March 12th, 2020, COVID was announced. The day I opened a food truck where people got to come outside to get food, to get eat from a truck outside on the street, the government tells you do not go outside and everybody's sick. It took me 4 years to get back on my feet to get a trucking company to try to step back in this entrepreneur and step out of working the 9 to 5 to get my life on track to be able to get generational wealth. And I got screwed out of that. And then what's funny is I got the food truck because I got screwed out of my social equity, which was me going to prison for marijuana and basically getting rewarded, able to get a license for that situation for being in jail over a little bit of weed. And I got screwed out of that situation by a big company. And then they ended up giving me a settlement. And that settlement, I bought the food truck. And then that happened with COVID. And then I ended up getting some money from SBA. And then that's ended up making me take 4 years to get on my feet to get the trucking. And then this happens. So this insurance company has no remorse for, I would think, human life. I don't think that they care about an actual human that's in these industries. They just care about the finances and the money you're going to pay them, the down payments and the premiums. That's it. That's all. And if you got a lot of money to play with and you not really banking on your money, maybe it's credit, maybe it's money from the bank, then by all means, play ball with them. But if it's your money coming out your pocket that you saved up to try to hope to be able to build a business, I do not advise that. So I'm sorry if I was speaking too fast for you. Please go back to the beginning of the video and slow down my vocals or slow down my audio, and maybe you can hear it a little bit slower like this, and you will be able to understand me. But it's hard for me to talk like that because I already know everything that I'm about to say, so I'm trying to hurry up and get it out so I can get to the next point, and we're already about 9 minutes and 50 seconds in. So thank you. I just wanted to make this like a little quick 10-minute video to let y'all know that I'm finna basically fight this, and I'll keep y'all updated. But thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe, and